late on a Saturday evening, but let's review the Lucky 31 today. Obviously, it went again us. We had a massive day on the Patreon service, landing two big strong bets, but I think it's very important for the community. I just want to go through my Lucky 31 and I just want to give you the thought process into it. And yeah, we need to dissect it a bit because a lot of new followers tuned in as well that I put it out on Facebook. So I do want to just explain for anyone maybe that isn't used to, that was new in, that had a bet on it. So every Saturday I'm going to do a Lucky 15 or a Lucky 31. And I will always be going for big prices and horses that are value. So it's not always going to work out. There will be some painful Saturdays, but if you stay following, I assure you, we will hit it eventually. On numerous occasions, I've tipped 4 and 5 winners in a day, and it's just all about trying to get them on the one docket. So just to touch on today's Lucky 31, I just want to give it a thought process into the 5 selections, the prices of them, and why I thought they would make for good value. So right, we had Sweepin, who kicked off the Lucky 31, and I really thought he was a very interesting runner today. All his family was bred for middle distances, and at the time of tipping him up, he was 14 to 1. I thought it was a very fair price for a horse that had a really nice comeback run in Wolverhampton. However, today something was amiss with the horse. But I'd say something was amiss with the horse before the race, because his price went from 14 to 1 out to 25s, I think, or something like that. So obviously there was some little thing that just wasn't right. And he blew out and ended up finishing out the back. Then we moved on to Hildes. Hildes was a horse I'm absolutely shocked, lads, this horse ran such a bad race. He was coming in off the back of a couple of nice wins. He was only £4 higher than when he won a competitive handicap in Musselburgh. He had 8 stone 8 on his back today, and I really thought he would run a massive race. However, he just didn't show up. He broke last. He was 3 wide the whole way, and I thought he was a really nice price of 3 to 1 for a horse with his progressive profile, with his stable having a good time of it, and he's breeding. He looks to be a horse, and he will bounce back. Hilts will come again. Then we moved on to Wepablo in Listowel. So Wepablo was the 3rd selection, and Wepablo ran a cracking race. However, he was took on for the lead, and he went a little bit too quick because he had another horse kind of forcing him a little bit more. Wepablo, the reason I liked him today, he had a top class jockey on board. He had a very good draw, and also he was a winner at the track, and he was only he's lightly raced for a 5-year-old. So he definitely was an interesting horse. He looked like he was going to win. He kicked clear, but he just ran out of steam close home, and he ended up getting that 4th place. Then we moved on to Bridgetown. I thought this was one of the best handicapped horses in Musselburgh today. Really interesting runner, flat track, good draw. However, Bridgetown, you just draw a line through this run. He got absolutely wiped out. The rider on the other horse the inexperienced apprentices literally just came straight over and nearly knocked the horse over. He still managed to cruise right up behind the field, but then he had to go wider and wider, and he just flattered out. So Bridgetown was wiped out after a furlong. He had no chance from them, but he is a very well handicapped horse, and keep your eyes out for him on flat tracks. Then we had Living the Dream in the sprint at Ascot. The reason I went for him, he finished placed. He ran a cracking race. He was a 3-year-old. He was coming in off the back of 2 very good runs. He had a very good draw in stall 17, and he was trained by a local trainer that no doubt was eyeing that race for a while with this horse. And I thought with the claimer on board, he was getting the 3-year-old weight allowance. I thought he would run a much better race. Well, he ran a cracking race, but I thought he might win. But anyway, so that was the result of the Lucky 31 today. Like I said, had some really nice prices in it. Some 8 to 1 shots, 4 to 1s, 14 to 1s, to 3-to-1s and things like that. So as you can see, my strategy is not to give you a lucky 15 with 6-to-4 shots, and if the 4 of them win, you break even. You know, obviously you don't break even, you make a nice little profit. But the only reason I do a lucky 15 or a lucky 31 is to have a life-changing amount of money come off it. And the only way to do that is to go after the big prices. Now, it will be painful every Saturday, every other Saturday, and it will annoy you. But the day it works out, it'll all be worth it. Where you can have all these short price ones in it, but sure, even if it works out, what's worth it? It's not worth it. It doesn't change your life. The only reason you should ever do these lucky 15s or lucky 31s is if the odds are big enough and it actually makes a good difference to your betting bankroll or to your life in general. Remember, there's life outside of having your bets that day. So yeah, so that's always my strategy with lucky 31s, lucky 15s. It will never change. The only way I will have like a 2-to-1 or a 9-to-4 in it is if I really think it's a good thing, and not only that, it's if I can balance it out with other horses that will be all bigger than 5-to-1. So I would never have like a 6-to-4 in a lucky with a 2-to-1, a 3-to-1, a 4-to-1. The only way I might have a 6-to-4 in it would if I had a 20-to-1, a 5-to-1 and an 8-to-1. So you get what I'm saying. I'm trying to put the bet together that if it clicks, it changes your life. So that's what I'm doing here. It's nothing but hard work. It didn't work out this Saturday. It mightn't work out next Saturday. It mightn't work out for 10 Saturdays or 20. But the day it does work out, it'll all be worth it. And trust me, I know all about it. I've hit 2 massive 5-timers before. I've been let down by one for massive money. Not too long ago, I was let down for 333,000 when one was bet and neck. So stay following. It can be annoying. So I do hope you'll tune in every Saturday and we will get a good result. I've had some nice results with them in the past, even on the channel. But yeah, like I said, it will be frustrating, but make sure stay tuned, lads. Keep following. Sometimes they will blow out, but I had good reason behind a lot of them horses today and it just didn't work out. We'll get them on the next one. Alright, Cold Bear Sports for all your best bets. Remember, stake fun. Only bet what you can afford to lose, and we will hit them some Saturday with a really juicy one. Alright, thanks for all the support. Merrigan.